Live to lead. The misery of 2022 continues. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Well, as 2022 crawls towards its demise, what a year you've all had. There's been unrest in Kazakhstan. COVID cases exceeded 500 million worldwide this year. The Hunga Tonga volcano erupted, precipitating tsunami warnings across the Southeast Pacific. Tropical storm Anna killed 115 people in Madagascar, Malawi, and Mozambique. Russia invaded Ukraine, leading to, of course, loss of life, loss of civilian life, disruption to infrastructure, and, of course, consequential impacts with regard to the cost of fuel, wheat, food, etc. In March, COVID global deaths, the death toll surpassed 6 million. There was a monkeypox outbreak. In the summer, there were severe heat waves in Europe, killing 53,000 people, and major wildfires. China conducted its largest ever military exercise around Taiwan as a response to the visit of Nancy Pelosi. Salman Rushdie found himself on the receiving end of an attempted murder, as he was stabbed multiple times whilst conducting a lecture. Liz Truss became the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and royally fucked it all up, including shafting the UK economy during her 45-day tenure. Protests erupted in Iran following the death of Mahsa Amini in police custody. Hurricane Ian killed 157 people in Cuba and the United States, leaving millions without power, including the entire nation of Cuba. Burkina Faso had its second coup of the year. 158 people were killed in a Halloween crowd crush in South Korea. The world's population reached 8 billion. In Peru, President Pedro Castillo was arrested after an attempted coup. There have been repeated strikes in the United Kingdom involving nurses, border force officials, railway and postal workers. The cost of living crisis is affecting the world, with food prices up by some 20%, double-digit inflation in many nations, which is a 40-year high. The cost of heating a typical home has increased by 150%. And in the United Kingdom, a poll shows that 1 in 4 people are struggling. Probably most people have been affected by some of the events that I've described there, both in terms of the knock-on effect to their finances and their food and heating security, the worry and concern as they see these world events unfold, the threat of potential nuclear war arising out of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. So after enduring all of this, which I suppose all told would be seen as a pretty miserable year for many, then to top it all, and this just shows that if you believe in him, God really does have a sixth sense of humour, that right at the end of the year, along come the gruesome twosome. Yes, if you haven't had enough of this year already, as you lie there twitching on the ground, unable to afford to heat your home, starving, anguished by world events, what do you need? Well, it certainly isn't another dose of the gruesome twosome turning out and telling you how to live your lives and demonstrating how wonderful their lives are. But unfortunately, that's what you're going to get, because it has been announced that Harry and Harry's wife are going to be fronting another Netflix series. Yes, you've only just recovered from your eye-rolling injury as a consequence of learning about the bollocks that has been spoken in the recent docu-series, and now there's another one coming. And courtesy of Hello and an article by Phoebe Tatum, who's a junior writer, who tells us Prince Harry and Harry's wife poised to present new Netflix documentary following bombshell docu-series. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are set to present a new Netflix documentary series titled Live to Lead. The eye-opening series, I think she means the eye-roll-injuring series, will air on December the 31st. Yes, just as you're probably thinking, thank God this year is over, let's put it to bed and say no more about it, in come the Sussexes, like a drunken guest about to piss on your parade. The eye-opening series will air on December the 31st, and a promotional trailer features footage of Nelson Mandela and perpetually angry climate change activist Greta Thunberg. Fascinating stuff. The 7-part, series features a variety of interviews. Appearing in the 2-minute-long preview, Prince Harry can be heard saying, "This was inspired by Nelson Mandela, who once said, 'What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived.'" Before Harry's wife adds, "It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." Well, let's pause there and examine the sanctimonious nonsense that Harry's wife is spouting once again. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Well, what difference have you made, Harry's wife? Have you actively helped anybody? No. You jump on a bandwagon, pump it for what it's worth, vis-a-vis the prime aims, then jump off it without actually doing anything. What has actually been delivered as a consequence of her charitable ventures, other than hanging out the odd rucksack contained with some nutrition bars? Nothing has been achieved. Instead, this is a woman that has caused racial division, a woman that has repeatedly played the racial card, that tormented a monarch in her last days of life, that caused problems within the family by ostracising them and by pulling away one of their members of the family and continuing to throw turds from across the ocean. So if it's all about what difference we have made to the lives of others, on that basis, then the significance of the life that she has led is one of basically being a nasty piece of work. The Hello article continues by telling us the 7-part series features a variety of interviews with world leaders and activists, including the likes of New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, climate change activists Miss Angry, Greta Thunberg, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, presumably before she died. Live to Lead is produced by Blackwell and Ruth in association with the Nelson Mandela Foundation, the Sussex's production company Archwell, and Cinetic Media. Fans raced to Twitter to share their thoughts, with one writing, "No way, I am so incredibly impressed by these two." Harry's wife writing about herself, no doubt. Whilst a second penned, "Netflix, you're spoiling us. Oh my God, love, love, love it. I can't wait to watch this, and I'm so proud of Harry and Harry's wife and the work they're doing," enthused the third, and a fourth added, "One thing Archwell has mastered is giving good content with a purpose." Yes, all very good promotional PR quotes that have probably been placed there. The point is this. It seems to me that all they're doing is presenting it, and then there's going to be a series of interviews. So it's basically them just putting their name to it and no more. I could be incorrect about that. We'll see when this dour series actually trundles along, but it seems that all they've done is become involved by saying we're going to sort of open each episode. I'd much rather listen to Roald Dahl talk about the forthcoming episode of Tales of the Unexpected than have to listen to the anodyne drivel that's spouted by these two. Once again, it's bandwagoning, and Harry's wife's narcissism sees an opportunity to claim the credit of the work of others. There'll be other people doing the interviews. There'll be other people that have pulled it all together, and all that happens is that she comes along and sits at the beginning of each episode, no doubt writing something that's been scripted by somebody else, in order to tell you all about what's going on and to issue some fridge magnet platitudes. Of course, the dimwits will think that she's completely involved in the creation of the interviews and that all of these people have been lined up because of her. No, it's quite simply someone's thought, let's have a sanctimonious programme telling lots of people who actually couldn't give a shit because they're too busy wondering how they're going to heat their homes at the moment, or worrying about a missile coming through their front bedroom wall. And instead, let's dole out all of this and tell them about how it's important to live to lead, and have a group of right-on characters talking about all of this. Once again, of course, Netflix needs to get its pound of flesh from Harry and Harry's wife as a consequence of the ill-gotten gains that they have paid them, and therefore it manifests as this shit show. The Hello carries on by telling us Harry's wife and Harry's surprise project comes after the couple caused an online sensation with their bombshell Netflix documentary titled Harry and Harry's Wife. The 3 new episodes, which dropped on 15th of December, featured a number of shocking claims by the couple, from Harry's details of screaming rows with Prince William, to claims he was blocked from seeing the Queen, to their cold reunion with the royals and allegations of institutional gaslighting. Elsewhere in the explosive volume, Prince Harry blamed the press for Harry's wife's miscarriage. He revealed, "I believe my wife suffered a miscarriage because of what the Mail did. I watched the whole thing." This despite the fact that repeatedly it's explained that stress does not cause miscarriages. Anyway, you have the delight of a forthcoming series, but it's being fronted by the gruesome twosome. Undoubtedly, as always, the narcissist will claim the credit of the entire series to make it look like it's all of her own doing, and we will probably have 2 to 5 minutes of them at the beginning of each episode talking bollocks about the person that's being interviewed, and somehow, through Harry's wife, trying to affiliate herself with it by way of character trait acquisition. So if 2022 hasn't been enough of a shitstorm for you so far, it's going to be capped off by a royal dump on your head. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.